In Escape from Tarkov, your movement and how you react to other players' movement can completely change how you play the game. Getting to know all the tips and tricks to movement is one of the first steps to becoming the player that you'd actually fear encountering the most. In this video, I'll share every movement tip that I have after 2,500 hours in game. But first, be sure to get subscribed so you don't miss out on any future guides. Now that we have left and right hand peeking, this is going to be something that is absolutely huge. Now, I'm going to show you why really quick, and right here, as we can see with this pole, we are sitting right here. And to see this, we're going to have to stand right here, and as you can see, we're in a little bit of cover. But as we swap over to a left hand peek, you can see we're moved over a little bit. I can get in that much more cover and still see my target. Look at how far back we are. I mean, I'm like basically completely covered. The enemy would not be able to see me at all, but yet here I am, still able to fully see them with not an issue at all. Definitely set up your keybind right now and take advantage of this. So my next tip here is going to be sprint baiting. Now, obviously, as you can see here, I'm on third story of dorms looking at the marked room. Now, let's pretend there's somebody at marked room and he is shooting at me. Now let's say he hits me once and my player makes the grunting sound. Now something that I can do is act like I'm running away and start running down these steps. Now if you do that and you start hearing that player run towards you, I guarantee you if you run up here and you start lighting up that player, every single time you are going to get them, because at that point they're going to be in the wide open, not in cover, and you're going to easily be able to get that shot with no problem at all. Now, normally, as you would just peek a corner, you're just going to kind of pop yourself out and get a quick look and then go back in. But with quick peeking, you're going to kind of move your keys and like anticipate yourself being out and then stopping and moving in quicker. So as you can see, I'm showing just a tiny little bit of my body and moving in immediately. This takes a little bit of practice getting used to, but once you get used to it, you can incorporate leaning and show just a tiny little bit of your body super quick. Like even I'm not doing it the best, but once you get the hang of it, you can show just the tiniest bit of your body, get a quick peek, get an angle on your enemy, and kill them super quick without them being able to even see you most of the time. Additionally, when you get in a fight, say you see somebody right here, you want to try and get as many different angles on that person as possible, because that is going to allow you to catch that person off guard and get a shot off on them where they're not likely to be able to see you, and maybe they're not going to be able to pinpoint your movements as well, and you're going to be able to get the kill super easily. In a different situation, say you're fighting somebody right there, if you try doing this method where you try running down, they're not moving, well guess what, you know what, don't put yourself directly in their line of sight, run all the way across, take a hop up here, wait for them to open the door, and boop, they're dead. It's all about repositioning and being somewhere that... So the next thing I want to show you is actually super important, and that is going to be that your crouch height will actually change when you are moving. So as you can see here, right now, if I aim down the sight and I'm right here, if there's a scav or somebody right in this road here, I currently cannot shoot them. Although if I back up or move forward slightly, I can see perfectly fine right over this truck and shoot. Although as soon as I crouch, I'm back in cover. So all you gotta do is just move again, continue firing, get the kill, and move back in cover and stop moving. Now, one of the things I see people doing, especially even other YouTubers constantly, that drives me absolutely insane, is when people are trying to sprint and then jump, they're always trying to either look or press some other keys and make themselves go slower when they jump. Now, the absolute best way that you can jump is by sprinting and just holding W. Now, as you can see, that will make us jump very high and pretty far. I mean, obviously it's not crazy far because my stamina and my strength are still pretty low, but that doesn't really make too much of a difference here. The biggest thing that I'm trying to show you is when we jump and turn, we don't go anywhere. Like as you can see, we started about here and we only made it to here. Let's try that again, just holding W and not pressing any other keys or looking any other direction. We made it all the way past the second one, all the way onto the third one. It may not be a gigantic change, but if you're trying to really make the most out of your jump and not just waste your stamina, that's definitely something you're going to want to keep in mind. Now this next one is going to be so simple, but as you're in a gunfight and you need to heal up or reload, take some cover and look straight down. This is going to save you so much because it's going to hide your most vulnerable part being your face. And it's going to expose your helmet, but your helmet is able to take shots. I cannot tell you how many shots I've survived getting hit in the helmet, and then I'm able to reposition and get a shot on the enemy and get the kill. Try doing this, and I promise it's going to help you survive. So you just came and opened up this door, and immediately after, you hear a bunch of movement inside. As you know, if you rush inside the building to try and kill the player, you're most likely just going to get killed because you don't know exactly where they are yet. So something that you can do that's super easy is literally just run back and forth a couple of times and try and get sight on that player. Now, I don't recommend doing this more than twice without doing some type of jump in the middle while you're looking, so that way they're not going to get an easy headshot on you. But now, once you know where they are, all you gotta do, come in, tap, 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 get an easy shot, kill them, and there you go. I definitely recommend trying this because this has saved me so many times and allowed me to know exactly where the player was, and then I was able to easily just stop, peek real quick, and get the kill like nothing. So as you're nearing the end of your raid, you might notice that your character is starting to move very, very slow, and as you sprint, you're running out of stamina extremely fast compared to normal. Now, as you look in your inventory, you have tons of loot, and you're at over 50 kg. Now, that is the main reason for your movement being so slow and nowhere near as precise as it used to be. Now, one of the easiest ways that you can bring yourself right back down to the lower weight is find somewhere relatively safe. For right here, I'm just going to use this tree. But what you're going to want to do is just drop your current armor in your current vest or whatever you have in your backpack and wear that other person's stuff. Now, obviously, I dropped my mags, so if you have good ammo, maybe you're going to want to unload them, but the odds are they're already going to be empty anyway if it's the end of the raid. So, all you're going to want to do is drop your stuff, and then you'll get it back in the insurance, and you'll be able to continue moving, and if you encounter somebody else, you're a lot more likely to be able to kill them because you won't be moving super, super slow and running out of stamina like it's going out of style. So I'm finally making it over to the boiler extract after spawning all the way over at Big Red. And as I'm running over here, I think I just heard somebody unzip a duffel bag. But honestly, right now, I've got a lot of task items and quite a bit of loot in my bag. So honestly, what can I do in this situation? What I'm going to do is honestly make myself go in silent walk. And what you're going to want to do in this situation is kind of make a loop around the player. And my reason for saying this is in doing so, what you can do is pretty much avoid that player entirely. The odds are, by the time that you make a decent sized loop around the player in that building, they're going to have moved on and started to loot the next building, and you're just going to be able to walk right around them and get to your extract, and they'll have never even known that you were there. So next up is going to be jiggle peeking. Now this one is definitely going to take a lot of skill to get used to and actually be effective at it. But for example, if we know that there's an enemy at the end of the hallway, we want to get a good shot on them, we are going to want to be moving like we have before with a quick peek, but we're also going to want to introduce leaning while we're doing this, and then also ADS quickly and back out. And as we do this, this is going to be a super quick peek and then back. And as we do that, quick shot, and we're hidden. Doing this, if effective, you can very easily get the kills because you have the peeker's advantage. Doing this, I promise you, you will be able to get the kill more often than not, even if you are the one that's just standing there just like this. I promise you, try it out. So hopefully by this point in the video, you're going to feel a lot more confident in your movements and when you're going to engage in players in a gunfight. And I promise you that that is going to allow you to win so many more of those gunfights and just make you such a better player overall. Definitely go back in the video and work on these things and definitely try to perfect all of them as well as you can. Like I said, even I'm not perfect at all of them yet. But if this video helped you guys out, please be sure to smash that like button and definitely get subscribed because I've got a bunch more Escape from Tarkov guides coming up in the future, as well as maybe a couple other games I'm going to be checking out. But But without further ado, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.